RC Robbin, thank you for joining me. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is Avengers Baseball, a created franchise called, obviously, the Avengers. The actors from the MCU playing in a baseball league. As you can see from the screen, the Avengers are 43-26. They're 3 games behind the Dodgers. Let's jump into the calendar. It's the middle of June. So it's a 3-game set at Milwaukee at Miller Park. Split the series 1 game apiece. So far, this is the rubber match. Lost 5-4, won 5-3. This decides the winner of the series. Bradley Cooper, Rocket Raccoon, is the starting pitcher. Let's get the game started. Game options: play game. All preceding games are simulated. You want to continue? Okay. Steve Wilkerson no longer injured. Double-A injury, could care less. Auto-utilize. Play full game. We are the away team at Miller Park, playing the first place Milwaukee Brewers. Retractable roof, I like it to be closed. Bradley Cooper's 3-7. Oof. Bradley Cooper has not been effective on the mound, but we're going to skip. Everybody looks good. Let's switch this. But other than that, let's leave it the way it is, except we'll do that instead. So I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases, and the difficulty setting is set to All-Star, which is somewhere in the middle. I also obviously do play-by-play. Pardon my, my ugly face and my raspy voice, but it's part of the deal. Avengers Baseball. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for joining me here at Miller Park for Game 3 of a 3-game set between the Avengers and the Milwaukee Brewers. On the mound for the Brew Crew is Freddie Peralta, making his 14th start of the season. Record is 2-1 with a 4.93 earned run average. And leading off for the Avengers is Anthony Mackie, hitting .317, 9 homers, 40 RBIs. He's the shortstop. And he plays Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Here comes the first pitch of the ball game. Checks the swing, but finds the outside corner for strike 1. Brewers are 44-23, good for first place in the National League Central Division. The Avengers have taken the San Diego Padres spot in the National League West. That pitch is outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Checks the swing, pitch is high and outside, 2-1. And that is a shallow fly ball into the right field corner. Running it down is the second baseman. He makes the catch for out number 1. So, starting lineup for the Hollywood Avengers. Anthony Mackie just flew out to short right field. Tom Holland plays second. Chris Evans is DH today. Chadwick Boseman is at third base. Robert Downey Jr. is at first. Mark Ruffalo is the catcher. Dave Bautista is in right. Don Cheadle's in center. And batting ninth and playing left field is Idris Elba. So next up is Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Takes pitch high and inside for ball 1. He leads the team with a .358 batting average here in the first 2 months of the season. Plays second base for the Avengers. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Beginning of the game, top of the first. In there, strike. No, check that. 3-0 count. Take you out to the ball game. Welcome Chris from Chris Gaming. And I walks him, so it's a 1-out walk for Spider-Man here in the top of the first inning. Thank you for joining the stream. Much appreciated. Those of you that may be unaware, Chris Gaming has an awesome YouTube channel of his own. I suggest you check it out. He streams a lot of cool stuff. Next up is the DH today. Chris Evans plays Steve Rogers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The original Captain America is hitting .297 on the season. And he pulls it, but foul for strike 1. Chris is hot his last 6 games. He's 9 for his last 22, which is a .409 clip. Big lead at first base for Spidey. Throw to first. He's back in. Peralta deals. And again, he pulls it down the first base line, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Evans. throw to first.
No, he's in there.
Well, you're welcome. You deserve the recognition and the attention. You put a good product out there, so. Low and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes on the first Avenger. And he skies it to center. Looks like an easy play for the center fielder. And there's 2 away. Obviously retreating back to first base is Tom Holland. So next up is the late, great Chadwick Boseman, hitting .335, 9 homers, 31 RBIs, plays third base. 2 outs, runner at first, top of the first inning, no score. Pitch out, but nothing doing. Spider-Man wasn't stealing. I say the late great because unless you're living under a rock, you are aware that Chadwick Boseman passed away in 2020 due to colon cancer. May he rest in peace. And he lines it foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. However, Chadwick lives on forever in Avengers baseball. Here comes the pitch. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. High and outside, hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike to Black Panther. Hitters count, on deck is Robert Downey Jr. And that is a bloop, no, caught by the shortstop to retire the side. Nice athletic play from the shortstop, Alan Trammell. So half inning gone by here at Miller Park. It's the Hollywood Avengers nothing, Milwaukee coming to bat. This is Avengers baseball. So on the mound for the Avengers, making his 14th start of the season, is Rocket Raccoon Bradley Cooper. He has not done well this season. His record is 3-7 with a 5.61 earned run average. Before we get started, before we welcome Alan Trammell to the plate for the Brew Crew, I'm going to go very quickly to the options and the gameplay and show that hitting difficulty is set to All-Star. And pitching difficulty is also set to All-Star. Not that I need to do that because I'm doing this for fun, but just as a general practice, I like to document what the difficulty setting is for each game. Fastball outside, count is 1 ball, no strikes. Avengers are 43-26. They starting play were 3 games behind the LA Dodgers in the National League West. Deep drive towards the left center field gap. Racing over is Idris Elba. Makes a running catch. Collides with the wall. Nice play. Covered a lot of ground. Starting lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers. Alan Trammell led off. Jeff McNeil is second baseman. Lou Gehrig's at first. Luis Gonzalez at left. Rafael Devers is the third baseman. Garrett Cooper is the DH. Mitch Haniger is in right. Roberto Perez is catching. And I have no idea who is batting ninth, but we will find out soon enough. Jeff McNeil, the second baseman, hitting .325, 11 homers, 38 runs batted in. Steps up with 1 away. And he pops it up. First pitch. Tony Stark is there to make the catch for the second out.
Batting third, the first baseman.
So 2 down, bases empty. Up steps the legendary Lou Gehrig, hitting .337, 23 homers, 56 runs batted in. Lou Gehrig obviously played for the New York Yankees back in the 1920s and 30s. Fastball 98 on the radar gun, just misses inside. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. That's a deep drive. Don Cheadle just turns and watches it go. It is a 2-out solo home run for the IronMan Lou Gehrig, his 24th of the season. And just like that, the Milwaukee Brew Crew start off this game with a 1-0 lead. Oof. Gotta drink my coffee. Here's the replay from catcher's perspective. Oof. So next up is the left fielder Luis Gonzalez. 303, 23 homers, 58 RBIs. Here comes the pitch. Hard ground ball to the second baseman. Spidey throws to first in time, and the side is retired. However, The Brewers have a early 1-0 lead on the solo home run by Lou Gehrig. It's Brewtober time, according to him. Anyway, top of the second, stepping up to the plate is Robert Downey Jr., the first baseman, hitting .281 on the season. Left-handed hitter, facing Peralta. Slow roller to the first baseman. Gehrig steps on the bag himself, 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Brewers in the outfield from left to right. You have Luis Gonzalez, Barrett Barnes in center, Mitch Haniger in left. And in the infield, Devers, Trammell, McNeil, and Gehrig with Roberto Perez behind home plate. Next up is the Incredible Hulk, Robert Downey Jr., 331, 16 homers. Pulls it foul, 16 homers, 57 RBIs to lead the ball club in both categories. He is catching today. It's kind of like a platoon situation between Mark Ruffalo. In the dirt, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Platoon situation between him and Chris Evans. They go back and forth. And he yanks it out of play. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt, count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and there's 2 away. High inside fastball for Peralta's first strikeout of the game. Here's the replay.
The right fielder, Bautista.
So next up, Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista, right fielder for the Avengers. 311, 7 homers, 30 RBIs. Fastball in there, strike 1. Dave Bautista not only plays Drax the Destroyer in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, but he was also a WWE professional wrestler. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2 and 1. The Avengers are wearing their road, I guess caramel cream colored uniforms. Line drive to the third baseman, Rafael Devers, to retire the side. So after an inning and a half of play, Brewers lead 1-0. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the bottom of the second. Speaking of the third baseman, Rafael Devers, he leads off, hitting .273, 11 homers, 32 runs batted in. First pitch of the bottom of the second. Low and inside, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
And he pops it upstairs, out of play, count 1 ball and 1 strike. I think Rafael Devers plays for the Boston Red Sox in real life. I'm not 100% sure. It's popped up. Racing over is Anthony Mackie. Cut the check. He makes the catch for the first out. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. You've got Elba, Cheadle, and Dave Bautista. And in the infield, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr. with Mark Ruffalo behind the plate today. Chris Evans is the DH. Next up is Garrett Cooper, part-time player, hitting .333 on the season. Here comes the pitch. Swings at the first pitch, grounds it, routine play for Holland at second. He throws to first, and there's 2 quick outs. So with 2 down, Mitch Haniger steps to the plate. 275, 11 homers, 40 RBIs. Cooper deals. In there, strike 1, 96 on the radar gun. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. This is game number 70 of 162 plus. And the reason why I say 162 plus is because it's my intention to play all 162 games on YouTube. No skipped innings, no simulated games. High pitch, called strike, count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Haniger. And I say plus because I'm hoping obviously to make the World Series, make the playoffs and then the World Series. So we will see what happens. This is game 70. Fouls it off the end of the bat. Count remains 0-2 on Mitch. Hey, pops that pitch up. First base side, out of play. Tony makes the catch for out number 2. So while Heidi Watney is dealing with a broken microphone, I will just remind you that the Avengers is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. The channel is Shenanigans with RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're not a baseball fan, please feel free to check out my other playlists. A lot of other games going on, past and present. So leading off for the Avengers, in the top of the third is Don Cheadle, 314 with 9 home runs. So I was wrong with the second out. It was actually 3 outs. And he fouls off the changeup, strike 1. Don Cheadle plays center field and is War Machine in the MCU. Checks the swing, curveballs inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Don Cheadle plays James Rhodes. And that is it might drop in there. No, it will not. Run down by Mitch Haniger in right. Nice play for the first out. So it's 1-0 here in the top of the third. And the standings in the National League Central Division, as you can see, the Milwaukee Brew Crew is in first place, 10-game lead. Next up, Idris Elba, the number 9 hitter today, the left fielder, 283, 4 homers, 24 RBIs. Comes the pitch. Fastball inside, ball 1. And he fouls off the high fastball, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Elba plays Hemdahl in the Marvel Cinematic Universe from the Thor franchise. And that's a line drive to center, playable. Makes the catch for out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the third. So the lineup turns over. The new Captain America, Anthony Mackie, steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1, popped out in the first. If you don't know that he's the new Captain America, I suggest you watch a little bit more Disney Plus. Pitch is high. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Mackie. And he pulls it foul. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. And he's out in front of the changeup. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sam Wilson. And it skies it to right. Easy play for Haniger. Makes the catch to retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Peralta. After 2.5, it's 1-0 Brewers. So we go to the bottom of the third. Roberto Perez, the catcher, steps up to the plate, hitting an even 200. 6 homers, 18 RBIs. Cooper deals. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. Fouls back, the cut fastball, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on the catcher. Swing and a miss, struck him out with the 2-seam fastball. It's first strikeout of the game for Bradley Cooper. Here's the replay. As I drink my coffee. That's a better replay, better angle. So next up is the center fielder Barrett Barnes, 231, 2 homers, 12 RBIs. Obviously a backup, getting some playing time. Fastball just misses, ball 1. Lines it, out of play, strike 1. Barnes is 3 for his last 7. That's a 429 clip. I'm sure he'd like to continue the hotness. In there, count is 1 and 2. Line drive, base hit to center field. It's a 1-out single for the number 9 hitter, Barrett Barnes. And they have a base runner. Here's the replay. A little too much of the plate. Lined it up the middle. So the lineup turns over for the Brewers. Alan Trammell is 0 for 1. He's 1 for 9 in this series. And he's going. Throw to second is not in time. It is a stolen base for Barnes. So with one out, he singles and now steals a bag to put himself in scoring position for Trammell. Counts 0-1. Misses inside with the fastball. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. And it's a ground ball through the right side. It is a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Barnes. The throw to the plate is not in time. It is an RBI single for Alan Trammell. And the Brewers now lead 2-0. Again, Bautista makes a pretty decent throw, but the speed of Barnes makes it really a non-issue. No play at the plate. So still 1 away here in the bottom of the third. Jeff McNeil popped out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Runner leads off first. Fastball just misses low, ball 1. The stolen base put him in scoring position where he was able to score on that single, so speed matters. Another stolen base attempt. He is out. Good throw by the Hulk. Mark Ruffalo guns him down. Was it a missed hit and play? Missed sign, perhaps? He got him. Absolutely. So, bases empty, 2 away. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Jeff McNeil's 0 for 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Slicing down the left field line. It's got a chance. It is a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball towards the left center field gap. Racing over is Don Cheadle. War Machine makes the catch to retire the side, but they get another run on the RBI single, and at the end of 3, it's Milwaukee 2, the Avengers nothing. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Bah. Leading off the top of the 4th is Tom Holland. He walked in the first inning, no official at bat. Peralta's pitching. Way out in front of the curveball, strike 1. So Tom is in the top 3 in all-star votes in the National League for second baseman. Breaking ball outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Way out in front again. 1 and 2. Can't seem to identify that breaking ball out of the pitcher's hand. Outside, count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just misses with the fastball. Chris Evans is on deck. It's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases empty. Top of the 4th. 2-0 Milwaukee. And he pulls the breaking ball into the seats. And we will do it again. It'll remain 3 and 2. And the pitch is low, and he walked him again. So 2 walks for Spider-Man. And the leadoff man is on here in the top of the 4th. You have a 2-0 lead at home. Last thing you want to do is walk the leadoff man. So Chris Evans is 1 for 8 this series, but 0 for 1 today. Switch hitter batting from the left side. And he pulls it down the right field line. It's in there. Rounding third, rounding second, and heading to third is he makes a big turn at third and holds. It'll be a double. Runners at second and third. Here's the replay for the first Avenger. He can do this all day, ladies and gentlemen. Haniger gets it back into the infield quickly to hold Spider-Man from home plate. He had to stop at third. So 2 runners on and nobody out for Black Panther, who lined out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Those are the tying runs in scoring position. And that's a line drive, base hit to center field, rounding third, and heading home is the first Avenger. He will make it. It's a 2-run single for T'Challa, Black Panther. Wakanda forever, baby. And this ball game is tied at 2. Here's the replay. The Avengers are back, Mr. Striker, and you are a good luck charm as you now see the Avengers turn this into a brand new ball game, tied at 2 apiece here in the top of the 4th inning. Next up is Tony Stark, 0 for 1. Swings at the first pitch and skies it to right. Easy play for Mitch Haniger. Makes the play for the first down. Thank you for joining the stream. Don't forget to like this video. It really matters. You know, you're a streamer yourself. Mr. Striker. Road to the show report, we don't care. Next up is Mark Ruffalo, who struck out in the second. He's 3 for 9 with 2 home runs in the series. Fastball high, ball 1. 3 for 9, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. He's 0 for 1 today, however. Big lead at first. Low, 2 balls and no strikes. Already got you. Thank you, Mr. Striker. 2-0 count. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Roberto Perez. However, the count is now 3 balls and no strikes. Will he have the green light? No, he will not, because I do not swing on 3 balls and no strikes. I take a pitch as a matter of principle. In there, strike 1. I do not double guess my decision. But now it's a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the handcuffs are off. Here's the pitch. And that's a line drive headed over into left field corner, and it will bounce to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second. He will stop at third. Chadwick Boseman, that is. And running into second is Mark Ruffalo with his 14th double of the season. And just like that, they have again runners at second and third, this time with 1 out. And you can see Mark never pauses when he rounds first base. He's intending on a double the entire time. So 2 runners in scoring position for Drax the Destroyer, who's lined out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Fastball outside. Count is 1 ball and no strikes for Dave. And that's a deep drive towards the left center field. He makes the catch, tagging from third and heading home. Wait, the throw to third is in time. Bad decision by Mark Ruffalo to try to take third with 2 outs. However, the sacrifice fly does count, and it's a 3-2 advantage here after 3.5. The Avengers take the lead 3-2. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Lou Gehrig had a solo homer in his first at-bat. He's got 2 homers in the series. 4 for 9. Rocket Raccoon sets and delivers. In there, strike 1. So again, 3-2 lead for the Avengers here in the bottom of the 4th. Put up a 3 spot in that last half inning. Line drive towards Idris in left. He makes a running catch. Nice play by Hemdahl for the first down. Next up is Luis Gonzalez. Grounded out in the first. He's 1 for 8 in this 3-game series. Tied 1 game apiece. This is the rubber match. In there, strike 1. Luis Gonzalez, I remember being an Arizona Diamondback in the 2001 World Series, getting the game-winning hit in Game 7 off of Mariano Rivera. And he pulls the cut fastball. Foul count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Gonzalez. Just a flare bloop single over the head of the infield, drawn in infield with the bases loaded. In the bottom of the 9th inning. Painful stuff. I was a New York Yankees fan, so it was painful. Anyway, the count to Gonzalez here is 0-2. 1 out, bases empty here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Grounds it up the first base line, fielded nicely by Robert Downey Jr., makes the play himself, and there's 2 away. Those of you that are interested, not only do I do Avengers Baseball on MLB The Show, I'm also very much into science fiction role-playing games. Mass Effect, a Legendary Edition, which released last month. I'm doing a playthrough. I'm currently in Mass Effect 3. Please check out that playlist. It's literally from the very beginning all the way to the 3rd game. It's a hell of a story. I recommend it to you highly. Count to Rafael Devers, the 3rd baseman, is no balls, 1 strike. Just misses inside. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Checks his swing. Cut fastball is low, 2-1. So Bradley was down 2-0. Now he's been gifted a 3-2 lead. He's got the first 2 outs. Fouls it back. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Very important for a pitcher to have a quick 1-2-3 inning in the half inning after a team scores. And it looks like he has succeeded, as it's a lazy fly ball to left. Elba is there. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. I need to do the playthrough. I'm doing more. I have so many games I'm playing at the same time. Mrs. Stryker, I agree. You should jump back into it because what a game. At the end of 4, it's 3-2 Avengers. Leading off here in the top of the 5th is Don Cheadle, War Machine, the character I showed you I made like 3 weeks ago after I cleared the Legendary Edition the first time. Well, listen, you've already cleared the Legendary Edition. I haven't done it yet. I'm still on Mass Effect 3, so you're ahead of my pace. That's for sure. So leading off bases empty is Don Cheadle. And it's a flare out too short. It's going to dunk in there for a base hit. Oh, he's going for second. Luis throws to second. He is not in time. It is a leg out double for Don Cheadle, number 16 on the season. That ball dropped in front of Luis Gonzalez. There's no reason why he shouldn't have been held to a single. He should have ran to that ball with a little more urgency. Took it for granted that he was going to stop at first, and he didn't. So runner in scoring position for the Avengers with nobody out here in the 4th. Check that 5th. Next up is Idris Elba. Fastball outside. Ball is 1 ball, no strikes. I played Mass Effect almost nonstop when it came out on the Legendary Edition. Then moved on to Breath of the Wild. Out in front of the curveball, swinging a miss, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 right-handers warming in the Brewers bullpen. Jake Faria and Diego Castillo. And tomorrow I'll have the Skyward Sword to play on the Switch also. Listen, Breath of the Wild is an amazing game. I don't blame you. And he went too far. He swung, according to the home plate umpire. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hemdahl. Runner leads off second is Cheadle. Here comes the pitch from Peralta. Did he swing? No, he did not, according to the first base umpire. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss out in front. Couldn't catch up to that curveball, and that's the 2nd strikeout for Freddie Peralta. 1 away. So the lineup turns over for the Avengers. Anthony Mackie steps up. He is 0 for 2 in today's contest. Switch hitter batting from the left side. And that ball is high, but foul for strike 1. So Anthony is hitting .393 with runners in scoring position. So obviously he doesn't have any issue with seeing that runner at second base. Out in front of the curveball, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to the new Captain America. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm playing Mass Effect right now. Obviously, I'm playing baseball with the Avengers. Fouls off. Count remains 1 and 2. I was playing for a long time Skyrim just to get some content on the channel. Pitch is high. Count is 2 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner leads off second. 3-2 lead for the Avengers. And it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Trammell fields and throws him out. No advance on the bases. There are 2 away. Once I'm done with Mass Effect, I'm going to transition to a game called Ghosts of Tsushima, which came out, I believe, in 2020. So Tom Holland walked twice today. No official at-bats. 2 away. He needs a single to get that runner home from second. Swinging a miss out in front of the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Tom Holland's hitting over 500 with runners in scoring position. Skyrim is great. I want to play it again on stream, but that's a huge time sink. Out in front of the curveball, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Holland. Again, Cheadle leads off second. Struck him out on the slow cheese. My goodness. So they strand the runner at second. The end of 4 1/2. It's the MCU leading 3-2. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. And yet again, I have to apologize to Heidi Watney, the sideline reporter, for that defective microphone. We cannot hear you. So we're going to cut away and go to the plate. Garrett Cooper's 0 for 1. Witcher 3 will be nice to play again with the new content coming out. It's an idea. I'm a big fan of the Witcher TV series on Netflix. So it's not a bad idea. I have that game, so I don't really know. in there, strike one. Just going to do what feels good. I also have that Dungeons and Dragons usually once a week. Wait, over the head of the third baseman. It is a leadoff single for Cooper here in the bottom of the fifth. So that's the tying run at first with nobody out. Thought there might be a chance for a leaping third baseman, leaping T'Challa to make the catch, but in any event, Mitch Haniger, the right fielder, is 1 for 7 in this series. He popped out in the second inning today. Steps in the plate. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. So Bradley Cooper is 3 and 7 on the season. He needs a good start to cement his spot in the starting rotation in the second half. Pitch is high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Cooper. I mean, he could lose his starting job in the second half to some other created player. Grounded 4, 6, 3. Double play, and there are 2 away, bases clear. Nice defensive play by the Avengers infield. So, ground ball goes Tom Holland. Shovel pass to Anthony Mackie, cut the check. Over to Robert Downey Jr. for the second out. So, base is empty now for Roberto Perez. Struck out in the third. Comes the pitch. Just misses low with the fastball. And that's a line drive to center, but right there is War Machine. Don Cheadle makes the catch to retire the side. Well, I'm going to lurk and go play with my daughter on the Switch. Have a good stream, brother. Mr. Stryker, thank you so much for your time and your patience with me. Love the fact that you lurk. Thanks so much. I will see you again soon. So we go to the top of the 6th, and in relief of Peralta is Jake Faria, who's 2-1 with a 3.35 earned run average. And he will face the first Avenger, Chris Evans, who doubled in his last at-bat and scored a run. He is 1 for 2 on the season. 1 for 2 in the game, excuse me. Pulls his first pitch foul, strike 1. Swing and a miss out in front of the curveball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. 2 right-handers warming in the bullpen for the Brewers. Dan Atavilla and Diego Castillo. Quick 0-2 count on Evans. Just gets a piece of that slow breaking ball to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Called third strike on the outside corner. My goodness, that's a big strike zone. Let's look at the replay. Let's see. Well, you know what? With 2 strikes, you can't let that pitch go. You got to foul it off at the very least. Got to foul it off, stay alive, wait for a better pitch. Next up is Chadwick Boseman. 2-run single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2 today. Slider high, ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. Top of the 6th. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. 3-2 lead for the Avengers here in this rubber match of a 3-game set. And he pulls it high and deep to the track, looking up. Oh, he makes a nice running catch, Luis Gonzalez does. Mr. Outlander, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for your time and patience. YouTube added clips now. I don't really know what clips are. Maybe we should discuss that further on maybe like on Twitter in like a voice chat, or even if it's a private message, because I'm not sure what clips are. Robert Downey Jr. fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. I saw it, but I was afraid to fool around with it. Swing and a miss, count is 0-2. And he pulls it, rocket foul. Count remains 0-2. 2 outs, base is empty. And that's a deep drive. Back goes Haniger to the track, looking up on the warning track. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after 5.5, it's still a 1-run lead for the Avengers. MCU leads 3-2. If there's something I like, I can hit the scissors and clip that scene. They do it on Twitch. So you're saying, like, I can go onto one of your videos and see something I like, I can grab a clip of it and then put it on my community page? Is that what you mean? So next, leading off here in the bottom of the sixth is Barrett Barnes. He has a hit today, 1-for-1. Here comes the pitch from Bradley. Pulls the fastball foul for strike one. Like, let's say I hit a home run, you could basically put a clip on your timeline because you're like, this home run is awesome. Swing and a miss. Count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Not that I'm saying you should clip my home runs, but I mean, imagine the extra attention you'll get on your stream if all of a sudden the Avengers baseball is on your stream. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Cut fastball fouled off. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Barnes. I mean, can you imagine? It's marketing genius, I say. Here comes the pitch from Rocket Raccoon. Swing and a miss on the forkball, struck him out, and there's one away. I believe that's only it's only the second strikeout into the game for Cooper. Yup. Missed it by a mile. Good call from Ruffalo behind the plate. So the lineup turns over. Alan Trammell has an RBI single today. He's 1-for-2. He steps up. Here comes the pitch. Just misses off the plate, I guess. I mean, looked like a strike on the corner, but called the ball by the home plate umpire. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Alan Trammell played for the Detroit Tigers in the 1980s. In there, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. I think Alan Trammell is a Hall of Famer. I think he should be a Hall of Famer. Slices first base side, foul ball. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. I know Alan Trammell got close to 3,000 hits. I know he was an all-star several times. He won a World Series in 1984 with the Tigers. And it's a golf hit to center, right center field. Racing over is the center fielder. Don Cheadle makes the catch for the second out.
Number 6.
Next up is the second baseman, Jeff McNeil, who's 0-for-2 today. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 6th. 3-2 lead for the Avengers. Ground ball through the left side. It is a base hit. It's a 2-out single for McNeil. On the ground, but right between the shortstop and the third baseman. No clear play for either infielder. So next up is the dangerous Lou Gehrig. He had a home run in the first inning. It's 24th of the season. We're only in mid-June. So already has 24 home runs. Fastball low, I guess. Looked like a strike at the knees, but called a ball. Count is 0-1. Fouls back to cut fastball. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. McNeil leads off first. He is the tying run. Slicing out of play. Count is 1-2. And that looks like it is a bloop base hit to center field. McNeil has to stop at second. Strong throw from center. So 2 outs and then suddenly 2 hits with 2 outs by the Brewers to mount a threat. The tying run is now in scoring position here in the bottom of the 6th. Next up is Luis Gonzalez. We're going to go to the manager's office and send the pitching coach out to have a little conversation with Mr. Cooper. Gonzalez is 0-for-2 today. His series is 1-for-9. They'd like nobody warming in the bullpen. So here we go. Big moment in the game. 1 hopper to the third baseman. Routine play. T'Challa throws him out. And the side is retired. The threat is averted. So, end of 6 innings here in Miller Park. Avengers lead 3-2. This is Avengers Baseball.
Your attention, please.
So, out of the bullpen for the Brew Crew is Diego Castillo, making his 33rd appearance. He's 2-3 with a 5.55 earned run average. And leading off for the Avengers is the Incredible Hulk. Mark Ruffalo had a double in the 4th. He's 1-for-2.
Number 84.
3-2 lead, top of the 7th. Swings at the first pitch, skies it to center field, shallow. Easy play for Barnes in center, makes the catch, 1 away. Next up is Dave Bautista. He's officially 0 for 1, but he does have a sac fly and an RBI today. Here comes the pitch from Castillo. Ground ball, just foul up the third base line. Strike 1. Almost had himself a double. The count is 0-1. Swing and a miss at the high slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Bautista. Drax the Destroyer. Did he check it? Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. Count is 1-2. Low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Base is empty. MCU leads 3 balls, 3-2 here in this third game of a 3-game set. Got him to chase the breaking ball out of the zone, and there's 2 away. Strikeout number 1 for Castillo. Here's the replay. Terrible angle for a replay. So next up is Don Cheadle, switch hitter, batting from the left side. He's 1 for 2 with a double today. Late on the fastball, slicing towards the seats, but in foul territory, Luis Gonzalez makes the catch to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Castillo. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Rah! This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Third baseman Devers is 0 for 2. Here comes the pitch. Cooper's still out there here in the 7th, which is surprising. Devers swings at the first pitch, skies at the center. Easy play for War Machine. Cheadle makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. So before we look at Garrett Cooper, who's 1 for 2 with a single, we're going to go to the bullpen. And we're going to get Josh Brolin, who's a left-hander, to warm, and Ed Norton, who's a right-hander. And warm them up just in case. So Garrett Cooper's 1 for 2. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Jams him towards that Bermuda Triangle in short center field. Running play by Spider-Man. He makes the play. Tom Holland. Nice catch. Saved a double. In on his hands in that Bermuda Triangle out there in short right center field. But Spider-Man makes the play. 2 out. Base is empty. Right fielder Mitch Haniger is 0 for 2. Just misses outside, ball 1. If you have not done so already, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. So does. Fastball in there. Strike 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, this is game 70 of a 162. Oh no! That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. That is a tie ball game on the solo home run by Mitch Haniger, number 12 on the season. And here we are in the bottom of the 7th with a brand new ball game knotted at 3. Ugh. Let's watch the replay. Gotta respect. Dead center field. No chance for the center fielder to make a jumping catch. Bang. So, Roberto Perez is 0 for 2. He's hitting a .198 on the season. Fastball outside. I have a feeling that this is the last batter that Bradley Cooper will face, one way or the other. Let's see what happens. And he pops him up the elevator shaft. Ruffalo jumps out of his crouch, makes the catch behind home plate to retire the side. But the solo home run, not from Mitch Haniger. The solo home run. Well, actually, it was Mitch Haniger. Pardon me. At the end of 7, we have a tie ball game at 3. So this is Avengers Baseball, and leading off the top of the 8th is Idris Elba, who's 0 for 2 today. He's hitting .281 on the season. Idris played Hemdall in the Thor franchise. Here comes the pitch. From Castillo, who's in his 2nd inning of work. It's outside, ball 1. And he chases a slider, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Before the next pitch, we're going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And we're going to look at the righty-lefty matchups. Righty, lefty. So Ed Norton is a right-handed pitcher. He's going to be scheduled to put into the game. So he'll start off the top of the 8th. Check that, the bottom of the 8th inning. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Sinking fastball outside. 99 on the radar gun. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And that's a line drive to center, but playable for the center fielder Barnes. And there's 1 away. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the center fielder. So next up is Anthony Mackie. He's 0 for 3 today. The average is dipped to .313 on the season. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Pitches outside, ball 1. Sam Wilson, 1 out, up at the plate. Slider, backdoor strike. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. And he chases a high fastball. Shallow center. Actually, the right fielder races over into the gap to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Castillo. Next up, Tom Holland, who's walked twice today. Officially, he is 0 for 1. 2 outs, bases empty. Just gets a piece of slider, strike 1. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And that's again another line drive to center. Easy play for Barnes. 1, 2, 3 inning for Castillo, his 2nd inning of work. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Tied at 3. This is Avengers Baseball. All right. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. And in relief comes the man who played the Incredible Hulk first in the MCU, Ed Norton. In 25 games, he's 0-1 with a 4.32 earned run average. And pinch hitting for the Brew Crew is, I have no idea because they didn't put up the graphic, so pardon me. I think it's Daniel Murphy. I think. Yep. Daniel Murphy, 210, 2 homers, 12 RBIs. Left-handed hitter, infielder. Out in front of the fastball. I don't know how he could be out in front of a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Nevertheless, the count is 0-1. Oh, he checked the swing, popped it up. Nice play. Athletic catch by Norton for out number 1. So the line for Bradley Cooper, while he's 3-7 on the season, he will finish the game in a no decision. 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Not a bad line. I mean, I think that's considered a quality start in today's game. So 1 out, lineup turns over for the Brewers. Alan Trammell has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. Here comes the pitch. Fastball low, ball 1. Hard ground ball to the shortstop, fielded by Mackie. Throws him out, cut the check. There are 2 away.
Now batting, number 6.
2 away, bases empty. Up steps Jeff McNeil, who had a single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3. Fastball in there, strike 1. 99 miles an hour on the radar gun. Don't make him angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. And that's a line drive headed towards the line. It is a foul ball. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, ties him up in knots, strikes him out to retire the side. So we go to the top of the 9th. Ball game is tied at 3. So before, pitching in the 9th, Dan Atavia. Record is 6-1 with a 4.21 earned run average. And in center field, Byron Buxton comes in for defensive purposes, I assume. Chris Evans steps up to the plate, doubled, scored a run. He's 1 for 3. Before we do anything else, I want to go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And I want to make sure. Tried to clip it. I don't know if it worked. Oh, Mr. Striker. Thank you, Mr. Striker. I don't know why I become British or like from New Zealand whenever I see your name. Something about the name Striker turns me into a Brit. Mr. Striker. I don't know why. But anyway, it's a cool name. It's a compliment, I swear. So anyway, it worked, Mr. Striker. Thank you, Striker. Aha. So, Josh Brolin is... Oh, look at this. So, there are 3 left-handers coming up. Must be the MCU effect. Indeed. I become an MCU villain instantly. So, 3 lefties coming up. So, Josh Brolin... I'm sure you recognize the name Striker. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. From the X-Men universe. Not the MCU necessarily, but close enough. So, let's see. Josh Brolin. Jeremy Renner is the closer, but he needs a little rest. You know what? I'm going to have Josh Brolin come in, scheduled to put him in the game, and have him pitch that's a dangerous decision, but I want the left-handed pitcher to face the 3 lefties. Let's do this. Let's get back into this. So, leading off the top of the 9th, Chris Evans, 1 for 3. Breaks his bat, past the pitcher, charging his trammel, throws to first, not in time. It's a lead-off single, base hit, single broken bat base hit by the first Avenger. He can do this all day. Well, it's Marvel, not Disney, Marvel yet, but Marvel nonetheless. Yes, absolutely. Let's look at this play. Chris Evans legs it out. Next up is T'Challa. 2 RBI single, 1 for 3. Quick throw to first. Evans is back. So Chadwick is 2 for 11, but he has 2 RBIs in today's game. I'm sure he'd love to be the hero of Game 3. He'll always be a hero in my book. And he pops it up down the first baseline, curving, slicing out of play. Count is no balls and 1 strike on T'Challa. I have to say, strategy, if the pitch is low, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. If the MCU scores a run in this half inning, I'm bringing in Hawkeye to close this one out. Again, throw to first. Evans is back. Evans is absolutely a threat to steal. He has enough speed. Like I said when I started this game, I hit, I pitch, I field, but I do not run the bases. I let the computer handle the running of the bases. So when they take off for steals, it's as much a surprise to me as it is to you. Oh, backs him off the plate. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Evans leads off first. Here comes the pitch. Inside, count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. IronMan is on deck. This is a tie ball game here in the top of the 9th on the road in this 3rd game of a 3-game set, tied at 1 game apiece. Here comes the pitch. Called him out on the inside corner pitch, and Boseman does not like the call. And there's the first out. He refuses to accept the call. Next up is Robert Downey Jr., who's 0 for 3 today. Again, the runner still leads off first, but now there's 1 away here in the top of the 9th. And he fouls off the slider. Count is 0-1. Again, throw to first. He's going, pitches in there, throw down to second is in time. Threw him out. What a throw by Roberto Perez. Let's look at this again. In there for a strike, throws down on the money. I think he might have been safe. Hold on. Well, in any event, the umpire called him out. So, 2 outs, base is empty, and the complexion of the game has changed. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. We had a runner at first and nobody out, and now there's 2 outs and base is empty. But that ball is hit high and deep. It is Dunzo. That is a 2-out, 9th inning home run. He is Iron Man. And this ball game is no longer tied. It's a 4-3 advantage for the MCU. And you can just hear the air deflate out of the crowd the moment he hit the ball. It's like it feels like an empty airport in Miller Park. Let's watch the replay. Line drive. Haniger backs up to the fence, makes the leap, does not come down with it, and the tie is broken 4-3 here in the ninth. So before I'm going to go to the managers. I'm going to take a pitch. I need to warm up outside with the slider to Mark Ruffalo. Manager's office, bullpen. Now, okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to have Josh Brolin lead off. Paul Rudd is going to sit. Jeremy Renner is going to warm up. Brolin is still going to come into the game, but after, if there's any trouble at all, Jeremy Renner comes in. This is a dangerous strategy, but hopefully it will work out. Checks the swing. Count to Incredible Hulk is 2 balls and no strikes. Bang! But foul ball. Count is 2-1 to Ruffalo. That's a hard line drive. It's right to McNeil at second to retire the side. However, the tie is broken. We love him 3000. That's Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., giving the MCU a 4-3 lead. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Do you want to change pitchers? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes. So coming in relief is the man they call Thanos, Josh Brolin, 2-0 with a 4.05 earned run average. He will be in there to get the 1-run save, 3-out save. I'm sure if he gets into any trouble at all, Hawkeye will come in. This is a replay of the first as Lou Gehrig hit a deep home run to center field off of Bradley Cooper. So, bottom of the ninth, here comes the pitch. Two-seam fastball in there, strike one. Swing and a miss out in front of the split-finger fastball. Counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Gehrig. Fouls off the fastball upstairs behind home plate. Count remains 0-2. I tried to put sunglasses, purple sunglasses on Thanos, and for some reason he's not wearing them. I don't know what's going on with the computer. Maybe only under certain circumstances do they wear the extra gear. Gehrig reaches and fouls it off to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Out in front of the split-finger fastball, he strikes him out for out number 1. So there's 1 out here in the ninth. Here's the replay. Again, terrible angle. They need to show it from home plate over the shoulder of the pitcher to see the location. So I don't know what they're thinking with that replay. So with 1 out, up steps Luis Gonzalez, who's 0 for 3 today. Batting average is dipped below the 300 mark to 299. Just gets a piece. Strike 1. Curveball in there, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes, and Brolin looks sharp. Looks like he brought his A game out of that bullpen. Hope I didn't jinx myself. Let's see what happens. Strike 3 called inside corner. Gonzalez can't believe it. And the Brewers are down to their final out. There is 2 outs here in the ninth. So representing that final out of the game is Rafael Devers, who's 0 for 3. He does have a home run in this series. Two-seam fastball in there, strike 1. Checks his swing, but the curveball is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Slow roller, this could do it. Holland throws to first in time. Side retired. Ball game over. Series over. Avengers win 4-3 on the heroics by a 2-out 9th inning home run by Iron Man Robert Downey Jr. So they win the series on the road at Miller Park, 2 out of 3. I believe that's win number 44 on the season. I could be wrong with the win-loss record. I will find that out later on. So the line as it stands: Hollywood Avengers 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Milwaukee Brewers 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Ed Norton gets the win. My goodness. in relief. The loss goes to Dan Atavia, and Josh Brolin gets his first save of the season. And of course, Robert Downey Jr. is your player of the game. And this has been a presentation of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out some of my other stuff. If you're not into baseball, first of all, why did you watch all the way to the end if you're not into baseball? But having said that, if you're not into baseball, check out some of the other playlists on my YouTube channel. A lot of other types of video games, not sports related, and also Dungeons and Dragons, which is a tabletop role-playing game we usually play once a week on Zoom, streamed directly to YouTube, where we make absolute fools of ourselves for your public consumption. So, having said that, the final again here at Miller Park, the Hollywood Avengers win 4-3. Thanks so much. I will see you again soon. Take care of yourself, especially Namron Striker, The Outlander, and Chris Gaming. Take care of yourselves, guys. Thank you so much.